Hello, everyone, and welcome to Special Grade Snacks, a Jujutsu Kaisen watch-along podcast. We're your Special Grade Snacks. I'm Sara.
And I'm Kay. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Sexy no Jutsu Kaisen.
Sexual Gojo Kaisen.
Satoru Gojutsu Kaisen. It's his show.
He's the only one on it. If you believe
alone.
the marketing materials.
He alone is the protagonist one.
Gojo is here. Whenever he's here, you see his collarbones and his lips. And that's the show.
And you look at that man and you think, wow, I bet that guy's pussy pops.
Wow, this guy has never topped in his life.
When this guy, his ass is packed his ass is so tight that whenever he throws it back, that you can just hear a little sound. It's the sound of
Okay.
It's the sound of the butt lips opening.
What?
The sphincter! I'm saying that his sphincter is so tight that it makes a sound when he throws it back, and the force causes it to open a little bit.
I don't like that.
Well,
Don't
too
say
bad.
it. Say something else.
This is literally just Shrek 2 now.
This better not happen in Shrek 2. That's a movie for kids.
Shrek's got a really tight ass in Shrek 2.
Damn, Fiona does peg, though.
Oh, absolutely.
This is a bad intro to the podcast.
I really don't know what you're talking about. I think this is a great intro to a podcast.
Goodbye, everyone. I hope you liked listening to it. No,
Yeah,
you
listen,
didn't. That's why you're leaving.
We're like the arc of through a season, like we've all seen the arc of story structure with your inciting force and your climax and your denouements and everything. Every podcast that it takes care of a season of a TV show should have that kind of listenership where it hits a climax and then it gets kind of the listenership goes down and down after we pass the climax.
Well, this is like the best episodes, though, so this should be the most people here. They're listening to stories
That's
about
true.
Gojo's asshole. Okay, 2 episodes.
2 episodes.
Best episodes.
The first episode we watched was The Origin of Blind Obedience, Part 1.
They don't call it Part 1 yet. I was like, it's kind of like a World War I type thing.
Oh yeah, they've done that. Like what is it? Like Reversed Fish and Small Fry or something was like there were 2 episodes of that, and it was like Reversed Fish and Small Fry, and then Reversed Fish and Small Fry 2. Mm-hmm,
mm-hmm. Although the Kyoto High School Exchange arc, all of those were numbered from the beginning.
Yeah, that is
including
true.
The first one that was 0.
0, yeah, that's true. So we start with a guy with a cool flame shirt yelling at someone about his automatic door lock being busted.
This guy sucks.
And then a fucked up ghost shows up behind him and kills him, presumably.
Gets him.
He gets him. And it's a little whack-a-mole monster. And we get the OP, and then we come back and all the kids are in the car with new Butch just out, Nita Akari.
We like her. She's fun.
She is. She's got like Kenma hair going on a little bit with like the grown out roots.
Yeah, but she's working it. No one will call her Pudding Head.
Yeah. It would have been good if Itadori had called her Pudding Head, though.
He's too polite. He would never say this.
Yeah, he just says, don't mind.
So yeah, new Ajichi. No, Ajichi canceled. Now there's a lady.
Yep. Ajichi was canceled for his crime of letting Itadori fucking just run off into the great unknown and
he
get
deserved
killed.
to be canceled for that. I'll say it.
And she's explaining, yeah, there's these 3 boys. They all went to the same middle school. You just met them. They're all dead. Also, they complained about their houses not locking properly. Anyways, we're gonna go to meet some guy about it. And then they get to the guy's place, and there's a funeral happening there.
Oops.
This is exactly like 2017 Kevin Smith Hughes Jorts film Tusk. Actually, I think it's 2014, where they go to Canada to interview a guy who cut his leg off with a samurai sword, and when they get there, the kid has killed himself out of shame of cutting his leg off with a samurai sword. Tusk isn't a good movie.
I won't watch it.
You shouldn't.
No, I have like I don't like many horror movies because I get scared easily, but like medical experimentation is like one of my least favorite things. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah. You would hate Human Earthworm 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, that
no matter how much Junpei tries to get you to watch them.
My son, I will not watch this film.
My son, I'm sorry, but I cannot observe this thing of someone eating poop from someone else's booty hole.
I cannot watch it.
Seeing all these kids fucking interact was just.
They're being so cute.
They're being so cute. We all love Kyoto Special Sister School Exchange Event arc. We all love it. We all love Black Flash. We love Toto.
The bonus children, very fun. Miwa, we love her.
We love her.
The 3 kids, we gotta see that more.
Our beautiful little dumbass idiot trio. This episode is, I think the second episode for this week is my favorite of the 2, but this first episode just has so many good trio of idiots moments.
Yeah, when they're in the car, Itadori is like, oh, can Ghost open electronic door? Does it have that power? And the lady is like, no, the ghosts were controlling the door operators, actually. And Itadori goes, oh, operator. It's so funny.
It is so very Jesse Breaking Bad. Oh, yeah. Wire.
Operator.
And then Kugisaki is like, oh, these guys all went to the same school so long ago. There must have been like a time-delayed curse on them. And Nita is like, that's exactly right. And Itadori is like, wow, Kugisaki, you're so smart. And she like gets all smug about it.
And yeah, Fushiguro's like sitting between them too, and he's just like completely blank-faced, like,
These fucking idiots. He's thinking about how much he loves them. So they get to the place. They find out, kid's dead. The kid we were supposed to talk to is dead. Well, I guess we'll go to the high school. Fucking sucks that we lost our lead. And because Kugisaki's complaining. No. Nita is like, oh god, we still have an appointment to talk to this someone here at this high school, but like that was our big lead. And Nita says, don't mind.
Very nice.
Very nice. Oh god, Itadori would say very. No, you know who would say very nice?
Gojo.
Junpei,
no! He wouldn't do that.
What do you mean he wouldn't say very nice?
I don't think he would like the film.
This man's favorite movie is Scary Movie 4. It's Human Earthworm 2 and true. Then Scary Movie 4.
He does like the Scary Movie franchise, I forgot.
He would absolutely love Borat.
Gojo does say my wife, though.
He does, because he was a teenager when that movie came out. When they get to the campus, they find these two like stereotypical tough looking middle schoolers who give them both like the classic when they walk up, because Kugisaki is like, hey, look, these two juvenile punks, let's beat the shit out of them and make them realize the error of their ways.
Itadori says, why? Why?
They both make like the face at her, and then they immediately are like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and they bow. And Kugisaki and Itadori are both like, this is just the trials and tribulations." Just the trials and tribulations of being such a powerful jujutsu sorcerer. It is so to just go out in public like this, and then they're like, it's nice to see you again, Fushiguro-san. because we find out that Fushiguro went to middle school here. And Itadori and Kugisaki both grab his face and like squeeze his chubby little cheeks. And they're like, why don't you tell us fucking anything? And then Kugisaki's like, hey, Baka A, Baka B, what did this guy do to you? And he says, well, he beat up every single bully in the prefect in the what's the fucking word? Is it prefecture? Is that the word?
That's a word.
He just later in we get a flashback. He's just sitting on top of a fucking pile of bodies.
Like
That school must have had a real bully problem.
I know.
They find out that Fushiguro beat the shit out of kids.
He's very shy about it. He's not proud of his past.
He's not. They give him a cheek squeeze again, and they're in the middle of harassing him when a teacher walks up, and Kugisaki's immediately like, "Who the fuck are you? Get away from what the fuck's your problem?" And
he's like, I'm clearly the kindly old janitor. Why are you being so cruel to me?
Itadori just looks at her and is like, this is clearly a teacher. Do you fucking have rabies? Why are you so combative?
Why are you so confrontational today?
Kugisaki would, if he asked that, Kugisaki would say, today?
Yeah.
She loves confrontations, she loves being a huge bitch, and I love her.
It's her right.
So we meet Takeda-san, this is what Takeda-san Haikyuu will look like in 30 years.
He's bound to the school.
And he's like, oh, hey, Fushiguro, I recognize you, problem child.
I mean, I guess he did graduate like 1 year ago, so it makes sense that he would recognize him.
And also, this guy has like a pretty good memory because he remembers the other guys who graduated like 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. And the Takeda is just like, oh man, it fucking sucks that those kids died. It's been a minute since they were here. They were problem children, but not quite as bad as you, Fushiguro.
Fushiguro does the fucking textbook perfect anime blusheroo here. It's beautiful to see.
It's because then Fushiguro like raises his hand and is like, hey, I got a question. Is anything like weird or evil or bad happened here? And then Kugisaki and Ishidori like creep in from off screen and they're like, problem child. and Fushiguro like punches Itadori into Kugisaki.
He punches Itadori a lot in these episodes.
Yeah, it's good.
It's an intricate ritual, if you ask me.
Absolutely. Baka A and Baka B roll up and are like, oh yeah, Yasuhachi bridge jumping. It was all the rage in our parents' generation. They would go to the bridge and they would do bungee jumping off of it. And they're like, huh, interesting. Yasuhachi bridge jumping. That's all the rage among delinquents. It's one of those tests of courage.
Itadori says, wow, there are people even more stupid than me.
I love him!
Itadori says, I would never jump off a bridge if my friends told me to.
Until 20 minutes from now. They all head over to Yasuhachi Bridge. Well, they're like meeting in the parking lot, and they're like, oh yeah, Fushiguro's like, yeah, Yasuhachi Bridge, I've been there. And Ishidori says, oh, for bridge jumping? And Fushiguro fucking socks him again. He's just like, no, it's a cursed spot. We have to send people out there for security detail from time to time. Fuck you, asshole.
How dare you insinuate I would jump off a bridge if my friends did.
Before they head out, Takeda rolls up and is like, hey, Fushiguro, tell me, how's Tsumiki-chan? And Fushiguro's like, oh, he like puts on a smile. It's like, oh, she's doing quite well, thank you.
She's completely fine and normal, thank you.
She's completely fine and normal. And when Takeda leaves, Fushiguro, Itadori and Kugisaki think, hey, who the fuck is Tsumiki? Dude, why don't you tell us anything? And he's like, oh, that's my older sister. And they're like, you never fucking tell us anything. You have a sister?
Secret sister, yeah.
It's very fun to like realize that despite the fact that we have been conveyed this information, that these two, his quote unquote closest friends, have not been relayed this, and it's.
I mean, technically, we didn't know she was his sister either. We just knew that Fushiguro once knew a woman.
That is true. That is true. I forget. Whenever you ask a question that's like, hey, why did this happen? I just have to like fucking pull out the Rolodex and just file through everything in my brain to be like, okay, wait. Okay, so I know the answer to this question, but I don't think they've said it yet, but they might have said it in an episode that was already out, but I don't remember if that episode happened or if that scene, and I'm entering my mind palace at all times.
Well, the secret sister has been revealed. She's
Tsumiki.
She's the sister. Sumiki Fushiguro, assumably.
And then we go visit Mahito and Geto, who are they
doing arts and craft project.
They pull out like these three little did he say what they are? I know what they are,
yeah,
but I don't know
they're
if
from last time. They said they're the cursed wombs.
Yes, okay. So he's got three fetuses or threetus. That he stole from Jujutsu Tech last time, and they talk a little bit about the rules of like why.
Yeah, Geto just explains a lot of things to us, like, oh, if you have a cursed thing, you can't destroy it, so you, like, do a pact so it can't do more stuff. Unless it's a Sukuna finger, because those ones are more special, because Sukuna is very good.
Right.
But you can't feed a guy a Sukuna finger, because he'll destroy them unless it's a special boy. But you can feed a guy a nice snack of womb. Fetus. A nice
fetus snack.
He'll like that.
And there's a guy like crucified on the wall, and who can't even. I love this little detail of him like shouting, "Hey, he's like shouts directly at Geto. He's talking to Geto because he can't see Mahito, and I love that shit because like he's like, "Hey, I'll give you all the money in the world. I'll give you all the food," and he stops because Mahito like grabs his face on the cheeks and like shoves this fetus thing into his mouth. The guy's eyes roll back in his head, and blood comes out of them, and it's very twisted, and we get our eye catch.
Why was his dick out? Can you go to your mind palace and tell me about that?
Why was his dick out? Hold on, I'm doing Sherlock hand motions here.
Mahito, why'd you take this guy's pants? You don't need pants. You have your own. I guess Mahito, like, needs, like, a spare stock of pants.
Right, in case he ever has to go worm mode again.
Mahito, like, oh shit, free pants!
I imagine, literally, honestly, that might just be it. Like, he's just been like, well, this guy's gonna turn into a fucked up monster anyways, and we saw... He's gonna probably, like, explode out of those clothes. May as well just, like, get them off of him so we don't have to deal with the shrapnel.
Mahito has a need for pants, apparently, yeah. I imagine they grabbed this guy by first stealing his pants, and then they crucified him.
Yeah. But so, yeah, he shoves the thing into the guy's mouth, and then we cut away we get the eye catch. They're going to the bridge, and they're gonna chill out there. They got a wire. The wire will come up later, because then we go back to see Mahito, and there's a new kind of guy there, and it's a green, large man with cheeks and a big fucking mouth.
Now, what kind of cheeks? You're gonna need to be specific.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's got absolute cake. Like, this man is fucking... You can hear this man coming from a half a mile away.
I will say he's got front cheeks and back cheeks.
Does he have front cheeks?
Oh, yeah, for sure. By that, I mean the cheeks of your face.
Oh, the cheeks of his big, fucked up face?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does have front cheeks, too. That's true. But, so the Kukusaki, we then go back to the kids, and it's just like, morning is happening, they've just been at Yasuhachi Bridge all night, and they're like, alright, time to go to the handy store, and there's a sign on the handy store that says, what did the sign say?
Oh, what did it say? Oh yeah, it said, pounded fish cake is finally here.
We love pounded fish cake.
Finally! We've been waiting, we've been clamoring.
We've all been standing outside the handy store every day, just banging on the doors and saying, where is pounded fish cake?
It's finally here. None of them get the pounded fish cake, though, which is fucked up.
No, Itadori just gets, like, an onigiri, I think. I'm not sure.
Like, spicy roll or something.
Yeah, Kukusaki has a sandwich.
Kukusaki has, like, an extremely highly detailed sandwich for no reason.
Right!
I was like, is this sandwich going to be important for later?
Is the sandwich a metaphor?
I was like, is the sandwich poisoned? What's going on here?
But they're like, okay, so we didn't, like, the curse didn't show up, so we got no idea what's going on. And then, Akari makes a cute fucking pikun! Like, she says out loud her sound effect. And it's like, maybe you have to bungee jump off of it. And then Itadori and Kukusaki are both doing, like, fucking little, like, Itadori's got the fucking Charlie Brown eyes, and Kukusaki looks like a K-On! Character. And they're both like, did she really just say pikun out loud? That's so cute!
She did. She's cute.
They're adorable. And they're like, and Fushiguro's like, well, Itadori tried that. And then we get like this vision in Nito's head of Kugisaki and Kugisaki and Fushiguro tying up Itadori in the vinyl cord that we saw him holding the other night, and throwing him off the bridge.
I don't believe that this is what really happened.
No, that's probably just what she thought happened.
Yeah,
I mean, something similar to that probably happened.
Poor Itadori getting bullied by his friends, but I'm sure he was just like, hey, tie me up and push me.
Honestly, you probably didn't have to tie that man up. Like, that man, like, this man just fucking face tanks punches from the most powerful cursed spirits on a daily basis. There's no way that this man is dying from a 40-foot fall off a bridge.
Yeah, he's fine.
And then this is when Baka B shows back up with his older sister riding on the bike, who recognizes Fushiguro and is like, oh, hey, Fushiguro, it's nice to see you again. She's got freckles. It's cute. But she's like, hey, so is there some... there's bad things about the bridge. I went there. Is it... What's bad's gonna happen to me? Am I gonna be okay? And Akari just asks her a few questions like, hey, have you been is there anything fucked up happened to you lately? And she's like, yes, whenever I get home, the front door is open, but there's definitely something evil and fucked up in there that I don't want to touch. And Nita's like, I see, that's interesting. Everyone realizes that they've got about a week to take care of the curse that's on Yasuhachi Bridge before this girl gets killed by it. Because she went to Yasuhachi Bridge and did the bungee jumping. And then she reveals that Fushiguro's sister was also there.
Oh no, Fushiguro's sister!
Yeah. This girl is getting pretty worried about the way everyone's talking. She's like, am I in danger? And Akari is like, oh, no. I just wanted to I'm just a college student.
No. Magic is fake. You don't understand.
Yeah, magic is fake, but I'm just doing some investigations about how supernatural sites have the electromagnetic waves they give off and how they interact with appliances, like door sensors, and these 3 kids are helping me. Anyways, and then Nita has a little internal thought of, we better save her after lying to her like this.
Like the worst lies in the world. Like, oh yeah, the 4 people who died, that's not relevant to what we're asking about. We're not interested in that.
The thing is, I'm an extremely gullible person. I would absolutely just buy that, take it at full face value, be like, oh, huh, that's weird. Where did they die?
Oh, weird. 4 people died. Guess it's nothing.
You said it was unrelated, so I mean, who am I to distrust a butch? That's the exact opposite of 303. Don't trust me. It's trust me, and it's trust a butch. Trust a butch, and a butch will trust me.
Yay.
Yay! So she also says that when she went to the bridge, so did Tsumiki, and Fushiguro's like, I see. Well, thank you for telling
completely normal. I'm being regular normal right now.
And then as soon as she turns around, Fushiguro just turns into like the fucking...
sweating his whole ass off.
The extreme like anguish face is like, oh.
And then, like, Itadori grabs him, and he's like, yo, Fushiguro, you good? And he's like,
yo, Fushiguro, you look
okay
like shit.
Now.
I'm fine. Everything's fine. I just gotta go take a phone call. Talk to Mr. Ijichi.
Yeah, Fushiguro's the gif of Paul Rudd in the...
in the computer chamber.
Yeah, in the computer chamber. He's, like, shaking and wiggling and zooming in on his face, and he's, oh, I'm okay now.
I'm okay, yeah. He's content-aware scaling himself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so Fushiguro calls Ijichi and is like, "Hey bro, what's the deal? We need some more help on this." And Ijichi's like, "Yeah, man, I'm sorry. The best we got 2nd grade." And I'm just like, I just feel like I never know how many Jujutsu sorcerers are in existence at a time. Like I feel like I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of gap. I mean, I guess that this has been addressed, that like Ijichi said in the Cursed Women Must Die episodes, like, yeah, you're gonna have to take on shit that's above your pay grade regularly. We're pretty short staffed over here, but like, I don't know. I would like to meet these 2nd grade sorcerers.
Well, this phone call is like kind of confusing because what Fushiguro is asking Ijichi is like, hey, can you send someone to guard Tsumiki? And he's like, I could send like a grade 2 sorcerer if you want, but I don't think anyone should be doing the mission that you're on right now. It seems too dangerous. We need to reevaluate because it's killed 4 people. Right.
And Fushiguro is like, yeah, okay, I guess we'll just wait. Ijichi's advice is basically take the L, let the girl die, and just wait for Gojo to come back from wherever he is. And my notes for this just say, Ijichi fucking sucks, dude.
Ijichi, can we not call Gojo? Does he really have to be gone for a whole week? He solves things in like 3 seconds and he can teleport. He
can teleport sometimes.
Damn it.
This might be a week where he can this might be a week where he can't teleport. We should check on that.
Like, what mission could possibly take Gojo a week?
There are, I think that it's probably, if I had to guess, probably something with, because the, in that interview from a couple of weeks ago with Akutami, someone asked him about where Gojo was during the Cursed Womb arc, because he was out of town for that, and Akutami specified, oh yeah, he was meeting with Okotsu, so maybe something with Okotsu or the other 3rd year who's only shown up like once or twice and has not been given a name as far as I can recall.
And hates to study. Maybe? No, he has a name, but I forget it.
Oh yeah, he loves to play pachinko.
I feel like Gojo, can you not like make a telephone call?
Right.
it just seems like Gege is just like, fuck, I made like a man who's too powerful. He has to leave sometimes so that the other characters can do something.
Right. He's so fucking strong.
Damn it, I made the world's most powerful guy and everyone loves him. Why doesn't anyone understand that he sucks shit?
Fushiguro's like, okay, yeah, we're all just gonna pack it in. You guys head home. I'm gonna shove you in this car and then say goodbye to the girl who was here, Bakabi's older sister, and then I'll see y'all later. Or I think he says he's gonna say goodbye to Takeda, and world's most obvious lie.
Fushiguro, this is not even close to a good lie. King, but come on.
My note for this is just, bro, you did not sleep last night. You spent the entire night guarding the bridge. Are you supposed to going to try this shit on concrete on your damn own?
Fushiro's like, I have to kill myself right now immediately.
We'll get into that. He has some problems.
This is the theme of Fushiguro.
Yeah. We jump forward until that night, and Fushiguro's on the phone with Nita, who's telling him a couple of things. We'll cover that in a minute when we learn more things about that. But he gets to the bottom he gets to the river that the bridge is over, and is like, well, I guess at least I don't have to put up a domain or a curtain or anything. And he like looks up at the moon dramatically, and then Kugisaki and Itadori walk out, and they're like, hey, bro,
they're
listen,
right behind him the whole time.
Bro, listen, if you didn't notice us when we were standing right here, you are fucking exhausted. You gotta fucking rely on us. And Itadori's like, bro, listen, you don't have to tell us everything, but just like work with us a little bit. You're supposed to be able to rely on us. We're friends, right?
Friends.
Yeah, and then Fushiguro's like, my sister is still in a coma. And she got a fucked up mark on her head. And things did just get much more dangerous, and it's really scary. And like Kugisaki like cuts him off. He's like, I get it. All right. And they both she and Itadori do like a wry smile, and they're like, "Sheesh, you should have told us earlier." And Fushiguro does look a little the classic anime thing of like looking at someone's mouth.
Of like you can't see the eyes, but the smile,
the mouth
slowly smile. Yes. My friends, they care me.
It's so good. We get a voiceover from Nita, which is from her conversation with Fushiguro on the phone earlier, where she's like, yeah, just go to the bottom of the bridge. You got to walk under it, but you also have to like walk over the river because in Jujutsu, things that symbolize death, like crossing a river, are very important. And then so they cross the river, and a big curse zone goes up, and then the green man with the fat ass also shows up, and Itadori's like, hey, this guy's not part of this domain thing that we just walked into,
why is
right?
this guy here? Why is there an extra guy? What's going on with this?
And Itadori like makes his fist burn and he's like, all right, I'll handle this one. You guys take the domain. And that's the episode. The monster's like, oh, you're gonna fight me, and does a little troll face, and then that's that episode. We get a Juju stroll, it's pretty fun. It's just they all stop a man from stealing a woman's purse, and the woman's like, "Help! Thank you. I run a Chinese restaurant. Please come eat here." And she tells like this sappy story about like, oh, my family ran this for generations, and my dad was going to be the last one, but I really wanted to keep this going in his stead. Here, have our gyoza. And they eat it, and they're very thankful, and they walk out, and like 30 seconds later, Fushiguro's like, that gyoza kind of fucking sucked.
Damn, it sucked shit. And they're like, finally, you said it. But
Thank
now
you
he
for
went and said it.
It's bad. They're like, she was so nice, but it was not good.
I guess it was like vegetarian or something, and they didn't like it. It was all cabbage. And Itadori's like, oh, fun fact, gyoza is supposed to be a vegetarian dish. And they're like, damn, we learned something.
We love it.
We don't love it. It's yucky.
All right.
Okay. Second episode, same title. Origin of Blind Obedience, Part 2. Itadori is fighting the Juicy Green Man. He's doing a lot of punches and flips and such. It looks pretty good.
His name is Keiichizu. Just in case you're curious.
He has a name?
Yeah,
this
name
guy
has
before he was green or after?
No, this is his name. Like you won't hear it in this episode, but he will. I'm pretty sure you hear him call. You hear him call the other guy Eso, which that is his name. It's yeah.
Okay.
Keiichizu and Eso, and there's also you saw that Mahito had 3 wombs. So
he got 3 of them. There's a
third guy, but we'll meet him next time.
I assume there's a largest brother. Unless the other guy is medium. I don't know. Okay, so yeah. Itadori's fighting the guy, the smallest boy. Keiichizu, sure. And he's like doing a lot of flips, and like the guy is spitting. Sick. It looks great, obviously. It always looks great. He spits like poison, sizzling blood, and Itadori's like, damn, I'm glad that didn't hit me. And then Kugisaki and Fushiguro are doing their fighting at the same time. Basically just like they're in this zone that's kind of like undersea floor is like kind of what it reminds me of. Yeah. And there's like a bunch of like vents in the ground that the little guys can pop out of, and they're just blasting them.
It's Among Us.
It's not Among Us.
There's vents, there's little guys jumping out of the ground. It's Among Us.
Okay, it's Among Us.
It's Among Us.
It's Among Us. So they call it whack-a-mole, and that's basically what they're doing. They're just like hitting the guys when they pop up.
I said the words to myself, oh, they're doing whack-a-mole. And then Kugisaki walked onto the screen and said, oh, it's like, we're doing whack-a-mole over here. And I was like, oh, okay.
It's like we're in a whack-a-mole.
We're getting wavelength. What is this, some kind of whack-a-mole?
So yeah, Kugisaki's just using her basic hammer and nails. Fushiguro has his epic emo black sword. And they're like, damn, we're really
Buppy.
doing it. Oh yeah, and his puppy is helping as well.
He's got Divine Dog Totality out.
The double dog that we all love.
The double dog.
And Fushigro's like, this thing is way easier than I was expecting. We're so lucky. Because, like, it has a big zone, and it has a long, like, radius of attack that it has. Yeah. So that means that the main body is small and weak, because it's extending itself a lot. And Kugisaki says, yes, that's definitely what's happening. And then she gets grabbed by a ghoulie. She
gets slurped again.
There's, like, hands reaching in through the wall, and they're like, oh, shit. And then Kugisaki's like, it doesn't matter. Just go ahead and do whatever you were doing, and I'll just fight this guy. I'm fine.
In the manga, she says, no worries. Just keep whacking moles.
Kugisaki says, don't mind.
Don't mind. Oh, she should have said, don't mind. And then there's this made me frustrated. Like, Kugisaki gets to do some pretty epic stuff next episode. She gets to do some frankly epic stuff in this episode, but I did not like the fact that the manga, both the anime and the manga lampshaded the fact that she is constantly getting slurped away by having Fushiguro say, why is she always getting sucked away?
I said Kugisaki deserves to get sucked after all this.
You also said that Gege is just doing this to make sure that she doesn't fall in love with any of the...
Yeah, I can't have her near a man for too long. Please don't get the wrong idea.
She will never get in close contact with any of them. She only cares enough to be within... She will never get... If she got slurped when Maki was there, she would simply say, no, I don't, and...
No, I don't get slurped, actually.
I'm not getting slurped, actually.
Yeah, but the portal in the wall opens, and Green Boy is like, oh, damn, my brother's here. I gotta go through this portal. And he just jumps through, and...
It's really funny.
What?
Keiichizu is, like, they like... That guy, like, creeped me the fuck out in the manga, but he's really fun.
He's got a lot of personality.
Yeah, I really like what they did with him for the anime. I feel like they added some, like, fun stuff that was not exactly there in the manga. Eso is exactly as pervert as he was in the manga, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Itadori's like, should I go help or something? And Fushigiro's like, yeah, this guy that has the domain seems really easy, so you can just go and help Itadori. Yeah, he's cringe, he's fail. You can just go and help Kugisaki, because we don't know who grabbed her, and he might be powerful and spooky, or he might be a pervert, who knows, but you should go help. Itadori's like, yeah, I'll go help. And Fushiguro, you promise that if you have a hard time fighting in here, you'll come out and get help, right? And Fushiguro says, absolutely not, goodbye.
He says, don't worry, Itadori, I won't need your help. I'm about to do it on concrete.
Yeah. So then we go out of the portal first, and we meet the man who's grabbed Kugisaki, and it's just a brand new licking pervert. It's like I say, like, hey, Gege Akutami, like, my least favorite character is, like, a guy who does, like, a lot of licking, and he's like, oh, I'm just jotting that down.
It's the same. It's, you know, that scene when Mahito and Junpei are talking, and Junpei is like, I don't care about these small transfigured humans. If they were my mom, I would care, but otherwise I don't. That's you talking to Gege Akutami being like, I like these villains. I hate when they do a licking thing, but if...
I better not see a man lick.
If I see one fucking tongue on this screen, it's over for you motherfuckers.
It's on site.
Gege Akutami, watch out. If you ever find yourself in the greater Seattle area, fucking... Mm-hmm. Keep an eye out for a curly-haired MF and her big dog.
I'm going to explain the way this man looks. He's very muscular. He's very tall. Yes. He's dressed like a Chippendale dancer.
Yes.
His eyes are purple, including, like, the whites of his eyes are purple.
And he's got like really bushy eyelashes.
Kind of, yeah. And he has like one tuft of hair on top. Like, for any
ReZero watchers out there, his eyes look a lot like Echidna's.
Oh yeah, sure. So he does like an anime, like all the roses behind him pose, and he's like, a lady, my bad.
And Kugisaki just makes a great get So
Kugisaki says, how dare you? I'm non-binary. Haven't you watched the last episodes?
she says I'm non-binary, and also her saying "get" is my reaction anytime a man tries to hit on me. I don't think Asa was hitting on her, but it's just a very good reaction. Me seeing a man. Get.
Yeah.
Get.
I like that she can't tell if he's a curse or a curse user.
Yeah, it's really good. She's like, is this a curse? Is this a curse user? What the fuck is going on here?
Who is this guy?
Who is this clown?
And I guess he's like, oh, you're here for the same errand that we're on. And Kugisaki's like, what fucking errand? And then, oh, we'll find out in just a moment. We go back to Fushiguro, and he's whacking moles. He's like, last mole, epic. And then the domain, like, doesn't disappear when he whacks the last one. And he's like, oh, I guess there's something else. And he, like, looks up at the dripping ceiling, and it's like a Zelda boss,
It's a flat. Yeah. There is a very specific Zelda boss that did call back to. I'm trying to think what it was.
It's like the first one from Ocarina.
Yeah, Goma.
Yeah,
Goma.
Yeah, like Goma. It's like a dripping pod on the ceiling, and a guy falls out, and same guy just dropped.
It's the finger bearer. It's the finger bearer. Finger
From
bearer
before,
Mark II.
You know him, the white man that we argued about if he was white or not.
He's blue.
Fushiguro pointed at him and he said, white.
He did.
Yeah, so Fushiguro's like, oh, I've been wondering if they had this curse on these people for so long. Why did it just start activating in June? I wonder what else happened in June. I guess Itadori had a snack then. I wonder if these two are related.
And he's like, oh, fuck. Itadori is the reason that all of these things happened. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Itadori won't like to hear this.
No, he won't.
I guess we'll get to this later.
I think that there's, like, a pattern of Itadori things being kept from Itadori. Like, I don't remember off the top of my head whether Fushiguro actually tells Itadori about this, but I'm also thinking about, like, at the start of this cour when Nanami was like, no, I did not tell Itadori that there was a finger in that drew the curse to kill Junpei's mom's house, yeah.
Okay, so Fushiguro, like, tries to fight the finger bearer for a little bit, and he just, like, gets devastated, and it activates a flashback.
Yep. He says, okay, Nue, and then he gets just punched in the face, and then we get a cut from him getting punched in the face by Gojo, who says, I win again! And he's being Slut Gojo again.
Yeah, he's being classic Slut Gojo. You all know him. Collarbones out, little tiny glasses, barefoot legal. This is the Gojo that everyone wants to see, apparently. They had him, like, on the banner of Crunchyroll. Like, don't you want to see Slutty Gojo?
Yeah, come get y'all sexual Gojo.
And I said, I think I will.
We all said that.
Yeah. So basically, Gojo has a big speech to give to Fushiguro about his tendencies and such. And he says, remember when you played baseball the other episode?
And you did a shitty little bunt?
Your fucking gay little bunt that pissed everyone off? Do you remember this?
It's so funny that you brought this up and complained about it last episode. And now Gojo's doing the same thing.
Gojo said I was right.
He listened.
Gojo listened to the podcast. He was like, damn, Fushiguro did do a shitty little bun, and it did piss me off.
He was like, damn, those whores were right.
He can only say that because he's also a whore.
Yeah.
It's his word. We're just living it. Yeah, so he's basically like, the bunt you did before was a metaphor, Fushiguro, for how you sacrifice yourself for others, and you don't consider your own strength. Because if it was, you saw Itadori, he did a home run, and also if I was playing, I would have done a home run, because I am Gojo, and I would get a home run every time.
Literally impossible to not hit a home run.
And Fushiguro's like, I mean, it's baseball, bro. And Gojo says, yeah, baseball is a team sport, so I guess it's fine. But really, I'm saying metaphor here, because Jujutsu Sorcery is an individual sport, basically.
And he gives him a really good speech that I love.
Yeah, it's a really good speech. He says, yeah, you have to, like, fight for yourself, because even if you're working with other people, you die alone. Fushiguro, you can't imagine a stronger version of yourself, so you always are, like, sacrificing yourself for other people, because you don't think that you'll be any better than you are, basically. And he Fushiguro's like, damn, this is so true. Because
Yeah.
he blames the 8-fingered whatever guy. He's like, you have like a get out of jail free card, basically. Like, you think that because you have a power where, I guess if you kill yourself, you can kill something else. I guess Fushiguro knows Destiny Bond. And because you know that, it makes you think that you have to be a sacrifice all the time. But you should value yourself more.
You should value yourself more, and also if you use Destiny Bond every fucking time, someone's gonna suss it out and eventually swords dance on your ass.
Yeah. He says dying to win and risking death to win are completely different, and he flicks him in the forehead.
Yeah, he flicks him in the forehead with such force. It's so well animated, the flick. And in the manga volumes, there is a little bonus thing of Fushiguro just like with a big like, was just like a big like scar on his forehead from where Gojo smacked him.
Yeah, like Shoko fixed it for him, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So this is kind of weird because Fushiguro has like 2 flashbacks now. He's like, he remembers Gojo telling him to give it your best, be greedier. And then he also remembers Sukuna saying like, what a waste of talent. He's like, damn, my 2 father figures are telling me I must be strong. So now he just goes completely apeshit. Fushiguro says,
now he go crazy. He kill God. He's so strong.
He's so strong.
Fushigro's so strong.
He like does like the first line of his thing that summons his kill self guy, right? And the finger bearer's like, oh shit. And then Fushigro's like, I changed my mind actually.
He says, he throws his hands up and says, screw it.
Yeah, he does. And he looks so fucking crazy. He's like, his teeth are enormous and he's like smiling wild and his blood all over his face.
It looks so fucking good.
And he says, domain expansion, Chimera Shadow Garden.
It's so
I'm
good.
I'm popping huge. I'm screaming, do it, Fushiguro. Yes, that's my son, my boy.
Like, as the Shadow Garden is, like, going out, there's this shot of him, like, just fucking fully feral, like doing, like, not only a teeth showing smile, like, an open mouth smile.
His whole face is teeth.
He looks great.
You're doing great, sweetie.
I'm so proud of you, my son.
He's like, my domain expansion is kind of cringe. It's incomplete, but it should be good enough, I guess.
Right. It's the way that I picture it is that like an incomplete domain expansion like bleeds cursed energy. Like you have to like keep pumping energy in at like he explains this. Like he like is keeping pumping energy in as soon as he gets it to like maintain the shape of this. And like you obviously have to try to do domain expansion. Like you have to like maintain a certain level of, you know, consciousness and capability to do it. But, like, there is a structure to it that you can, like, rest upon, as opposed to Fushiguro, who is just, like, basically, like, the way I'm picturing it is, like, you like, a big fucking bubble dome filled with air, that, you have to pump air into it to keep that thing inflated, and, like, you know, you let air out the backside, but, like, there's just, like, a big hole in Fushigo's, so he's just gotta, like, pump air as constantly as possible.
But, like, it's a worse domain, and, like, obviously you can tell because, like, they're still in the finger bearer's domain. It's just that Fushiguro's domain is on the floor. So, like, because, like, when Jogo did his domain and then Gojo did his, it, like, completely overrode it. But this is, like, they're both happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah,
It's
incomplete
sick.
Domain is, like, I don't think it has, like, all the powers of domain. Like, I think probably... I don't know if you still have the, like, undodgeable attacks thing. Alright, whatever. So, yeah, Fushiguro activates the smoke on the floor, and a bunch of frogs crawl out of it, and we really like it.
It's really good. The finger bearer shoots a bolt of curse energy at Fushiguro, and it goes through his hand and into his head, and it kills him, but never mind, that was a shadow clone.
I know,
and
Fushiguro can do Shadow Clone Jutsu now.
He can do Shadow Clone no Jutsu, he can do Become Nue no Jutsu.
Yeah, he has 2 Nues. He's 2A.
Now, see, the thing that I interpreted that as was that he was one of those Nues for some reason. Like, he was just like, okay, I sent that body back. I'm not Fushiguro anymore. I'm Nue Shiguro, and I can do lightning attacks, because there's 2 of us.
I'll see why not. So yeah, basically, Fushiguro's domain expansion makes the floor into frogs, and he can, like, do a lot more of his guys, and we like it. So the finger bearer, like, does a big light blast that blows up all of Fushiguro's domain, but he's right behind him, and a puppy attacks and destroys him. Fushigro's like, this strong puppy hit Hanami really good, and she was expecting it, so it can definitely blow you up. And it does.
It does. It explodes him.
Yes.
And the domain like starts to fade away, and Fushigro's like, oh, I'm so exhausted. I've got this finger, though. And
we see, like, he grabs the finger, and for some reason we see, like, Sukuna on his throne. He's like, I like it.
Good. He likes it. And how does he see... How is he observing this?
I mean, Fushiguro has a finger. So I guess he's like...
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
This is like not the Sukuna in Itadori, but also it is because it's all one Sukuna. This kind of thing.
Right. This is the father, and the Sukuna in Itadori is the son. And then there's a third one that has... all the other fingers are the Holy Ghost of Sukuna.
All the fingers are his Horcruxes.
That's true. And I hate to say it.
And he sensed Fushiguro going apeshit nutty style, and he's like, oh, let me tune into this one.
Let me check out this stream.
I love to see this boy.
So, it's just like when you DM me, like, CLG is winning? And I'm like, oh shit, let me pop open YouTube.com/LCS.
Oh shit, Fushiguro is winning? Sukuna said, are you winning, son? Fushiguro said yes.
Fushiguro said, no, Sukuna's doing sickos, yes, outside him.
Yes. Sukuna is like, we all love Fushiguro the most, but Sukuna loves him even more the most. He's, president of the fan club.
Exactly. That comic that was going around like a week or two ago on Tumblr of Itadori buying and eating the Fushiguro Nendo, and Sukuna just being like, yes.
He says hee. I like it.
I
gotta get that one.
In my head, I'm imagining that one episode of Fairly Odd Parents with the dog that does flips. Is that ringing any bells?
He absolutely does have the dog that has flips energy. That figure is so good. I need it so much.
It is. You do. Joey B coming through with the 1400, giving you unlimited access to Fushiguro and Bakugo post things.
Fushiguro. Okay. So Fushiguro falls down. And now he has to have a flashback about how when he was rude in middle school. I like the design of middle school Fushiguro because he is notably like a little younger than one we know. Like he's a little smaller and like his eyelashes are different. I like it.
He's babyier, but his eyelashes are bigger.
Yeah, and he has like a cute little tie, like one of those like Japanese school outfits where they have like a suit jacket for some reason. And he's sitting on a pile of 20 boys that he's destroyed, and he says, "Did you learn the golden rule? Do unto others as you would like to be treated." My final message. Goodbye.
Change the world. Goodbye.
Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah. So he walks into school and he like walks by some nerds that are like, I'm gonna tell those bullies to shut up next time I see them. And then they look out the window and they're like, oh, they're all destroyed. Who could have done this? They're all
destroyed. I guess I don't have to sell my fat friend up the river for being fat anymore.
Yeah. He has like the anime swirly glasses.
Yeah, he's swirly glasses guy. I wanted Fushiguro to beat that kid's ass for being like, I'm gonna throw this fat kid under the bus now so that I can be out scot-free.
Well, I mean, the fat kid was like, don't tell them off because then they'll bully me next. You're like lowest on the totem pole.
Right. So
Fushiguro he doesn't comment on that scene going on while he walks by. And then his sister, we know her, walks up. Sumiki-chan, we know her. She says, hey, you said you wouldn't do fighting anymore. And Fushiguro says, let me tell you about my morals, which is, bad people are bad. We know this one. They're rude. But yes, good people who say that bad people are good are also bad.
They sanction bad people fully.
Yes. No, Fushiguro's right on this one. He's completely right.
It's like what Mahito said to Junpei. They'll sanction bad things fully.
You can't be
except
doing
for this. Mahito is not good.
Yeah, Mahito. From my perspective, it's me who's good. I love to turn people into just horrible freaks.
I did appreciate the Mahito content we got this week, small though it was.
You saw like one scene of him.
I saw one scene of him force-feeding a guy an eyeball, and I was like, thank you, Gege.
I mean, I can't say shit. Geto was in the exact same scene.
Yeah, exactly. We both loved it when our murder husbands force-fed a guy a fetus.
Geto was wearing his casual look, though. This is like my least favorite of his outfits.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll get over it. So yeah, Fushiguro's morals are that good people disgust him when they like say that bad people are fine. He's right. He's condemning the like liberal moderate, which is correct.
Right. Fushiguro is a leftist. Fushiguro is a co-host on Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die.
He likes it, yeah.
Which hold on. Taking a quick step back, sorry to interrupt the scene, but now I just have to ask this question. Maybe I can say this question for the actual question segment of the podcast. I don't think we got any questions.
Just go ahead.
My question is, what Noise Space podcast would each of the main Jujutsu Kaisen characters host?
There's so many of them. I don't know them all off the top of my head.
Let me go to noisepace.xyz and see a full
noisepace.xyz.
See a full roster of the podcasts. There's a lot of fucking podcasts on this network.
Itadori Chance Ball, easy.
Yeah, for sure. Maki Kugisaki podcasting is forbidden in the cloud recesses?
I was kind of feeling County Girls make do for them.
That also. That's also a very good point. Fushiguro does Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die.
Yeah,
for sure. Junpei does fear baiting, we know this. I think Gojo would just in this alternate universe, Special Grade Snacks is just like a recap of what happened at Jujutsu Tech that day. Then Gojo just does that with who does Gojo do that with? With Shoko?
Oh, that would be cute. I love that for them.
Yeah. Nanami, does Nanami do a podcast?
I don't think we have any like boring podcasts on the network is the problem.
Yeah.
Nanami does a very dry business podcast.
Okay, I don't want to say that I think Kid Nation Nation is boring, but I am going to say Kid Nation Nation just because I want to imagine Nanami getting into that tizzy with like LA podcasters also making their own Kid Nation Nation and stealing the name. I want him to make a YouTube video with his 3 co-hosts talking about how an LA podcaster fucking ripped off their name and podcast concept.
Fantastic.
Love you, Nanami. Love you and your podcast.
We love you, Nanami. Please come back to the show.
Please come back. Please. Please. Actually, no. Stay off the show. Keep talking with your normal, regular human boyfriend. Can we talk about our fan?
We can talk about Nanami's regular human boyfriend.
Yeah, we're running a bit short today on time. Yeah, we only just passed an hour mark. We can talk about Nanami's normal human boyfriend.
I don't know how to explain it, though. Like, it isn't anything, but it's everything to me.
So last night we were talking, and you said to me that your brainworms had progressed to a point where you can no longer even joke about Nanami and Gojo fucking because you need to be considering Geto Gojo fucking at all times in your head.
Yeah, I don't have the mental wherewithal to hold them both, unfortunately.
And I just said that Nanami has a boyfriend who's just a regular guy, and that's who he was talking to about Black Flesh.
I love Nanami has a regular boyfriend theory because Nanami is like, being a Jujutsu sorcerer is not especially important to him. So it makes sense that his boyfriend is just regular.
Right.
He's like, yeah, I gotta be off at 5. I have a date with my regular boyfriend. I can't be doing cursed shit around him. He's normal.
Well, oh my god! What if he's lying a little bit about how his curse technique works, his overtime shit? It's not that he is underpowered in 9 to 5 time. It's that he's overpowered when he has entered boyfriend time.
You're taking away my boyfriend time, bro.
Power of it's 5:05 p.m. I should be in my boyfriend's arms. While a pot of biscotti boils.
In his MF arms. I do think that Nanami have a boyfriend, get married, regular style. Yeah, and we were talking about how, like, Gojo is trying really hard to just embarrass Nanami in front of this man at all times.
Yes! Oh my god. Gojo just showing up like dressed in full slut mode to their house with
he does
when
the same
Nanami
thing
is
in
not
this
there.
Juju stroll, but to Nanami.
Yes, exactly.
What are you doing with my Kento-chan?
And And he's fucking, like, instead of Kugisaki and Itadori, he's employed, like, Shoko and Ajichi to do it.
They won't. God, would Shoko do that? I can't decide if she's silly enough.
I just wanted to get, like, the same, like, the same, like, you know, Kugisaki, Itadori, but, like, Yagi Ajichi is a pretty funny thing to imagine, too, but I can see Shoko doing it more than I can see Yagi doing it.
Yeah, I know. He's very severe. He's not too silly. Even when he made, like, a huge baby panda, he wasn't being silly about it.
Yeah, he made multiple little boxing bears.
And he said, this is very serious. Alright, so that's the story of Nanami's regular boyfriend. He's real in canon. Is. Whenever Nanami's not on screen, he's with his regular boyfriend, who's a nice pastry chef. Okay, where were we in the episode? So Fushiguro problem child flashback. Sumiki walks up and Fushiguro's like, you're a good person too, so you also disgust me. And she throws a milk at him. And
it explodes.
It's like a strawberry milk.
He's covered in pink.
Strawberry milk.
It's funny how he says the words, who the hell would I ever say, when he's got, like, pink substance dripping off of his head.
What could it mean? A pink hair. And Sumiki's like, oh shit, the milk exploded, my bad. I didn't think that would happen.
I'm sorry, bro. This, fucking, God. This reminds me of, like, this must have been, like, 15 years ago or so. I was like a teenager, so was my sister. I was making, one of those homemade, like, Betty Crocker, Sara Lee, whatever, homemade pizza things you can buy.
Yeah, sure.
I was in the middle of making that, and I had spread out the bread, and I had, like, spread my sauce on it, and my sister came into the kitchen, and, like, we got into a little fight, and she, like, folded my half-done pizza on itself, and I was like, oh, you fucking ruined it. So I tried to pick up and throw some of the dough at her, but there was sauce inside of it, which was then propelled outside of the dough at very high speed, splattering at the walls and ceiling of our kitchen with spaghetti sauce.
When you're a child, you don't fully think about the ramifications of throwing something very messy.
Yeah, and then my parents had left literally 2 minutes before this happened, and then they walked back in because my mom was like, sorry, I forgot my wallet, and then, like, we're both, like, my sister and I are both, like, screaming at each other, there's spaghetti sauce on the walls and ceiling.
You know how it is with spaghetti. No, I don't. Okay, so now Fushiguro goes into a flashback within his flashback. Now he's even smaller than before.
It's smaller than before.
Fushiguro, now he's in first grade, so I guess he's 7? Is that right? 7-year-old Fushiguro?
7-year-old little baby boy Fushiguro.
Exact same hair.
The world's littlest.
It is the world's littlest Fushiguro. And he says, when I was in first grade, my dad and Sumiki's mom hooked up and ran away together. It's a confusing kind of story. So the mom and dad ran away. It doesn't seem like there was, like, a leftover mom and dad, like a Fushiguro's mom and Sumiki's dad. They don't seem to be part of it. But a suspicious white-haired man is part of it. And this is the long-awaited, much talked about, prophesized Young Boys Gojo High School AU Gojo. He looks funny. But basically, Gojo shows up. He's, like, I don't know, like 17 probably. He's still in, like, the school outfit.
This is before he's decided to do Kakashi on purpose.
Yeah. He's wearing, like, little circle glasses. Well, I guess if Fushiguro's 7, Gojo, like, normal time, present time Gojo is, like, what, 28?
28, yeah.
Yeah, so he's 12 years older than Fushiguro?
Yeah, so he would have been, like, 19, like, fresh out of Jujutsu school.
He's still wearing the outfit, though.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
He went from being student directly to being employee.
It's like a different outfit though. It's like different than what he usually wears. Like it looks more like a school uniform.
True, it does.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he tells this 7-year-old like your dad sold you. Are you pissed?
Yeah.
The story is like Fushiguro's dad is part of the Zenin clan, so I guess he's like Zenin Fushiguro dad, whatever is his name.
Yeah.
He left the clan to have Fushiguro, and then he sold Fushiguro to the clan to leave again. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. He left the clan to have Fushiguro, and Gojo says, like, you were his dad's secret weapon against the clan. But then he decided to sell him back to the clan to get money to run away. Does this make sense? Am I missing something? Or is there just more revealed later?
There's more revealed later. We'll get more in the Young Boys Gojo High School arc.
Fantastic. God, I need the arc so bad.
In my mouth, please.
Please, you are nothing.
Listen, we are on Friday, March 26th. We are all going to open our Crunchyroll web players at 1:45 Eastern Standard Time, and say we are going to watch the episode. And at the end, we are going to see the title card that says "Young Boys Gojo High School Arc Movie coming 2022."
Yes.
We're going to get a Young Boys High School Gojo arc movie.
We need the Young Boys Gojo High School arc so bad. And we need to call it exactly that and nothing else.
Yeah, we will never... no one knows what the fuck the Star Plasma Vessel is. All we care about is Young Boys Gojo High School.
Okay, so basically... Gojo says, your dad sold you to the Zenins, but the Zenins are fucking twisted freaks that I hate. So I've blocked the sale, and now the school owns you instead, little boy.
Yeah. They said block this overhead, and Gojo said, I will, thank you.
Yeah. The sale to the Zenin clan canceled, and now Fushiguro is like an indentured servant to the school. And the school is basically like, if you promise to do jujutsu sorcery for us, do your funny little missions, then we'll give you a 7-year-old money for you and your sister to be alive. And I guess Gojo is in charge of you. He's 19. He's responsible. I can't imagine like a worse guy they could have picked to be in charge of 2 like 8-year-olds.
Yeah, honestly, like oh god, was there nobody else who could do this? Like
Yaga's definitely there. They're like, we see you like making panda children. We can't trust you with a normal child.
What's Shoko up to at this point? Shoko probably just said, "Fuck no, I do not have time in my life for a kid. Fuck you. I have to go bang my lesbian wife Utahime. Yeah. I cannot be bothered with a child. I am very busy. I have to go fuck. I could not possibly bother with a child at this juncture."
Yeah, Shoko said, "You're asking me because I'm a woman, aren't you? I'm gonna file an HR complaint."
Yes.
And they said, "Oh, never mind." Okay, so one more flashback we need to know is Sumiki got her very first curse, the original curse. Well, I guess it wasn't, actually. I guess it was the second one, technically. Okay, but the bad curse that gave her a coma happened when Fushiguro started 9th grade. You have to remember 9th grade in Japan is the last year of middle school, so it would have been last year. And then she got a red mark on her forehead and she fell down in some flowers upside down. And she can't get up.
She got woman not in story disease.
Yeah. And also Fushiguro says that like some other people in the country also got this random disease. This will probably not be important for later.
Yeah. It will not be.
Yeah. And Fushiguro explains more stuff about like, oh, I always thought that Sumiki was being a hypocrite by like saying that I shouldn't fight people and getting mad at me, but then like having like an attitude of not caring about other things. But damn, I realized that she was choosing to worry about me instead of
She cared me.
She cared me. And he's like, damn, I guess I was a stupid little teenager and I didn't understand that you were carrying me. So why don't you wake up and I can say sorry? And then he falls down. And then there's like a title card that says Fushiguro fell asleep.
Fushiguro fell asleep.
He did! King!
He's so sleepy!
He got the shit kicked out of him. And he had 3 flashbacks within one flashback. It takes a lot out of an anime character.
He got the thingy, though.
Yeah, he got that thingy, though. He's like, damn, I guess Itadori will not like to hear this. And then he fall asleep.
Everyone reacts to the thingy being out because we see Kugisaki and Aso fighting, and they're both like, huh? Oh. Because they feel the power of the finger nearby. And then Aso starts like running away backwards, like skipping backwards to get away from Kugisaki and relocate closer to the thingy. And Kugisaki's like, you think you can outrun me like that? Don't fucking underestimate me.
He sasays, I'm shy about my back. Don't look at it. It'll make me upset. And then
Please never look at my back.
And the little brother, green little brother.
Keichos, it's
fine. It's not important.
No, it is!
There's no way that it's important. If it's important, they'll tell us his name.
His name's Kichizu!
Right now, his name is spoilers to me. So I'm
his name
calling
is
him the little green boy.
Kichizu!
They round the corner while he's running backwards, and they see his nasty back, and they're like, "Oh, because he gets very mad at them.
Yeah, Kichizu was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, brother. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh no, I'm so sorry."
Like,
Itadori's like,
they're like both apologizing at the same time. It's very funny.
They're also, Itadori's like, "I'm sorry."
I guess. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so on the back of this Chippendale type man is a big nasty face.
It's Cheap Trick.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, so like his whole back is like a nasty face with big red eyes and a big mouth. And Kugisaki says, "Oh, why do you dress like that if you don't want anyone to see it?" And he says, "It gets musty."
Yeah, and then he like turns around to face Itadori and Keijizu, and
so Kugisaki also sees it.
Kugisaki sees it, and then she like sneaks up behind him and just fucking bonks him in the head with her hammer, and it's great. I love it. I love her. I love my perfect child, Kugisaki Nobara.
She does a big bonk to him, and he says, "Now I have to kill you guys all. And here comes my special technique. Everyone knows the name of it now. Let's all say it along. Rot technique, supreme art, wing king, death by wasp." I gotta say, it's no Chimera Shadow Garden.
It's no Chimera Shadow Garden, but honestly, what is? It's exceptionally unwieldy though, which as I've said before and will say again, quickest way to my heart is to make a move like just fucking a sentence.
Raw technique, supreme art, wing king, death by wasp.
Death by wasp.
Is death by wasp part of the technique name? I couldn't tell, but I think it is.
Really have. Let me take a look at Aso's page on the wiki. Now, okay, his innate technique is rot technique, and then he's got maximum : wing king, and that's what he did.
He did. He's the wing king. You can't believe how many wings this guy can eat.
That's episode.
Right? Now we look at the most controversial Juju Stroll yet.
So many good things, and one thing that makes me very frustrated they included just because I know it's going to make a lot of perverts very happy.
Yeah, like it's so funny, but the perverts will not take it that way.
The perverts will think it's serious.
So
go on. What happens?
Kugisaki and Gojo are like sitting in the shade of a tree, and they're like, "Blah, it's hot outside. We hate this." Itadori fucking sprints up to them, and they're like, "We're too tired for your bullshit." He says, "Fushigiro's getting hit on," and then they're all like running full pace at the other direction.
Kugisaki does the Naruto run.
Yeah.
The way Itadori says Kugisaki's name is particularly fun for me here. Just the Kugisaki.
This is a very important thing. Fushiguro is getting hit on. We have to go immediately right now. And Gojo instructs them in Formation B, which I guess means they do this a lot. Or they've planned for this moment. They've been waiting. So Fushigiro's talking to a nondescript woman. And Kugisaki and Itadori both jump on him, like, full body. And they're like, "Why are you talking to her? You said you loved me. My eyes, my beautiful eyes. Were you lying when you said your time with me was the most amazing of all," or something?
And I think I like to just rotate the fact that in my head that there is the exact same amount of comedy being applied to Itadori doing this that there is applied to Kugisaki doing this. And I like it.
Yeah, there is. But I have to wonder what it means. What does it all mean?
What does it all mean?
Much to think about.
It means that Fushiguro is gay.
Fushiguro is gay is the thing. And everyone is talking about it. Maybe that's why it's so funny that a woman is hitting on Fushiguro. They're like, "We have to go right now immediately."
Yeah.
So Fushiguro's like getting jumped on by his two friends, and he just has absolutely no facial expression. He says, "What? What's going on?" And now enter Gojo. He had to come later because he had to change his outfit. Because he was in like his normal teacher outfit, and now he's in his sexual slut outfit. And he says, "Oh, Megui." He's being Victor of Ice. Victor of Ice. He's like covered in sparkles, and he says, "Oh, Yuri-chan." No, he says that he's Fushiguro's violin instructor, and he has to go learn "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" right now immediately. And the girl is like, and Fushiguro's like, finishes giving her instructions to the train station, which I guess is what they were actually talking about. And then Fushiguro is very mad at everyone. He says, what the fuck is going on here right now on this day? And Gojo has like another screen of just being like a dumb
slut.
He just like has like kissy lips and sparkles around him, and Fushiguro gets mad and they walk away and he hits Itadori for calling them over.
Yep. And that's episodes.
Great episodes.
Pretty fucking many will say that this is my favorite block of 2 episodes for this show thus far.
Yeah,
but
someone's saying these was the best episodes I've seen.
The thing is that this arc is extremely short. Like, it's done. Next week's the last episode of the season, so like it's over then. This arc is extremely short. It's extremely good though.
It's so good.
We love Origin of Obedience. (blind).
Fushiguro get backstory.
Fushiguro moments.
So many Fushiguro moments. You can definitely tell that Gege Akutami is like, Fushiguro is my special boy. That's why Sukuna likes him too.
Do we want to head to the Jujutsu corner?
Yes. Let's hear about the special Jujutsu of the special boy.
We are here to talk about Chimera Shadow Garden, Kango Anete, Fushiguro's cool domain expansion technique. While still incomplete, Chimera Shadow Garden floods the area with thick, fluid shadows. This grants the user the ability to manifest multiple Shikigami, as well as advanced manipulation of all available shadows. Megumi first manifested Chimera Shadow Garden by freely imagining himself going beyond his limits. The activation of this technique used all of Megumi's cursed energy, resulting in physical backlash, (sleepy time). This also resulted in incomplete domain expansion, but it was still enough to enhance Megumi's 10 Shadows technique. The floor of flooded shadows can quickly reshape itself into black toads that can grab onto Megumi's target. He can also surf using these frogs to move across the waves of shadows at high speed.
Surf with Megumi. Wait,
surfs up Megumi.
It's shadow terrain, and he's Pancake.
Oh, he's Pancake. Multiple versions of Nue can be created as well, capable of flying around and attacking the opponent rapidly. Okay, so that's just 2 Nue. That's not Fushiguro Nue. He should have become Nue, in my opinion. Aside from creating more Shikigami, Megumi's manipulation of shadows improved greatly as well. After suffering what appeared to be a fatal blow, Megumi was able to fake out his opponent with a shadow double. In order to finish the fight against the Finger Bearer, Megumi used his amplified 10 Shadows technique to hide in the curse's shadow with Divine Dog Totality, and dealt the killing blow from behind.
Oh, that's what
I didn't actually realize. Okay. Yeah, that's why he was. I didn't realize he was coming out of the shadow. Yeah. I thought he was just doing epic teleports behind you, nothing personnel kid, but it was shadow reasons.
Yeah. Damn, it was shadow reasons.
There's more, but it's all spoilers.
Oh, he's gonna do it again?
Okay, there's like 100 chapters of manga in between what we just watched and the current show. Of course he's gonna do it again.
Oh, I'm excited for him to do it again. I mean, we had some techniques that just like end, and I'm like, oh, I guess they don't do it again. But this one, he's gonna do it again.
I mean, a domain expansion is an important one.
It is, definitely. I'd like to see
like
him
the big super
expand a domain. And, like, maybe there's, like, an elephant in there or something.
Oh, fuck. That's the elephant in the room.
Okay. Great. And then...
What's your metaphor? Explain your metaphor.
Oh, yeah. So I thought this was really cool. I just, like, realized it. It's not, like, long enough to be a segment, really. But I do want to talk about it a little. So, This curse that they were hunting, the curse that lives under the bridge... The way it works is, like, it kills you by, like, it kills you right in front of an open door, right? Like, it leaves your door open and then it kills you. And that's, like, what happened with Fushiguro, right? Like, he had, like, an open door of his potential, but he was gonna die in front of it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Now, I'm rotating. Shit.
I feel like that's on purpose, don't you think?
Damn, that is pretty sexy.
I was like, damn, Gege Akutami, you kind of went off with this. Because I was like really like kind of confused about what the significance of like the doors thing was, because it seemed to mean something, right? Like it was the method of murder that the cursed spirit has chosen. Like your door is open, but you can't go through it, and then you die. Like it's killing your potential improvement or something like that.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
I get you. It's good.
Yeah, I'll have to think more about this whole like Sumiki and Fushiguro family moments thing and rotate it more, because I feel like there's something about like Fushiguro's dad left the clan to have Megumi, so that would like imply to me that his mom is important in some way, because he was like, oh, I gotta have this baby with this wife or whatever. And then he meets Sumiki mom, and he's like, oh, I gotta get this wife. And he runs.
I gotta get the wife
instead. So, like, that implies that, like, Sumiki mom have power, perhaps, and then maybe Sumiki have power.
He pointed at Sumiki mom and said, it's my wife.
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like, all the stuff with, like, the clans and, like, the kids is all, like, bloodline technique stuff. So it seems... Because Fushigo's dad is from the Zenin clan, so he's the one that's passing down the Ten Shadows technique.
Yeah.
But he had to leave the clan to do it? So that doesn't really make sense. Because they want
I think it's that I think it's that the clan is obsessed with bloodlines, and so they don't want and whoever Fushiguro mom was not a...
Yeah, she was outside of the clan.
Right, and they did not want... They're like, all right, listen, dude, if you're gonna be fucking, you're gonna be fucking someone in this clan. This is going down the bloodline. You may not bring this fucking cringe-ass person into the fold. That's what I think, at least.
But that kind of doesn't make sense if we think about, like, the Kamo stuff. Because they didn't care about who his mom was as long as he had the power. So it would seem like they would be fine with Fushigro's dad fucking as long as he was passing down the power.
Well, it's not that they didn't care who Kamo's mom was. It was that they didn't approve of who his mom was, I think. And I think in a similar way that they didn't approve of whoever Fushiguro's mom was.
Yeah.
And so Papa Fushiguro's like, well, fuck you guys, I'm out of here then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go fuck my hot wife and have a kid.
And my kid is epic. Look at his powers. And he holds up
my kid is so epic. Look at his powers. Would you like him? Auction good. He's on sale right now. Currently accepting 3,000 yen or best offer.
Yeah. Yeah, and it does kind of seem like, I guess I don't know when, like, the curse techniques manifest, like when you see that your baby have power.
Yeah, what? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just...
Very small Fushiguro summoning even smaller puppies, yes. Yeah, it's all we can think about.
I'm just rotating little baby divine dog white and black and little baby like 3-year-old Fushiguro just...
Fushiguro making birds with his hand and an egg pops out.
Fushiguro make a bird with his hand and an egg come out.
Yes! He did that.
He did.
I mean, I guess I assume... How old do you think Kamo was in that, like, flashback of his mom leaving?
Maybe, like, 7?
Like, around, like, the same age, right? So that's, like, how old I feel like they are when their powers appear. Probably? I don't know. Are they going to tell me more about this? That's, like, about what I feel. Like baby form, but not completely baby. Because it does take some, like, concentration of manifesting to do.
Right.
So I feel like 7 feels
ever
about right.
Since you brought up that idea of like how the fuck does anyone ever know what their quirks are in MHA, it's really just like perplexing me to think about. Like, and I'm just imagining Fushiguro trying like really hard to like do divine dogs, but he's got like his hand shape's a little bit wrong and it's just like ever so slightly off, and he's just like pouring a ton of energy into it, and he's like, oh fuck, I guess I don't have this technique.
Like Kamo and Fushiguro figuring theirs out as babies makes sense because like their families are gonna be like, hey, this is what the power you should have is. Try and see if you have it.
Right.
Yeah. So I guess it makes sense for them. Like, I don't even... Honestly, like, I'm being honest here, I don't really know what Kugisaki's power is at this point. Like, she puts her power on a nail, but whatever. Like, okay.
You... Okay? Next week you will understand more of Kugisaki's
Okay, Kugisaki,
moves.
please explain to me your curse technique.
She is going to have some fucking epic moments next week.
Okay. Yeah, but basically, it feels to me like Sumiki is not regular. Does that make sense? Like, for Fushiguro's dad to, like, decide that her mom is more important than his whole, like, plot of having Fushiguro and getting the power of the shadows into his baby, and to be like, oh, never mind, new wife, gotta go, bye.
New wife, just out.
Yeah, it seems like she must have some other kind of power that he wants to activate or use. And it would seem like her kid would also have it. And all this stuff's happening to Sumiki. It makes me think that also. Like she has 2 different curses happen to her. Like, I don't think it's a coincidence, you know?
Well, sorry, the Rolodex is open.
Yeah.
It's spinning. At this point, I'm just going to say interesting, no comment.
Yeah, that's fine.
I would rather say interesting, no comment than accidentally, open the Pandora's box and something that you won't learn for another, 12 episodes of season 2.
Yeah, this was a backdoor interesting, no comment. We finally got to it. I thought I didn't have a theory, but it turns out that I did.
You did.
All right.
I think that's it for episode, because we don't have question.
Yeah, that's fine. Sometimes we have our own questions.
Exactly.
Like, damn, what's up with all of this?
Yeah. What's going on here? So that's it for this week's episode of Special Grade Snacks. Next week, we're doing an episode next week, right? Just for the finale.
That's a good question.
Well, so current plan is we are going to say that there will not be an episode next. So we're just going to do regular release schedule. 2 weeks from now will be the next episode. Keep an eye on the feed though, and keep an eye on our Twitter feed though. Just
maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe I'll suddenly have more energy than I think I will.
Maybe you'll see Kugasaki epic moments, and you'll be like, "Oh damn, I want a podcast about this."
And maybe you'll have it, and maybe you'll have to wait 1 week. Who knows? Because I have to do. There's a lot of legwork I have to do too. I have to rank all the characters again. We have
to. Yeah.
There's other stuff going on. We have to talk about the recap of the whole season, basically.
Yes, we do.
Half season. So who knows? Maybe. Or maybe
I can't believe we only have one more Fushiguro Friday left.
It'll always be Fushiguro Friday to me.
Fushiguro Friday and me Wednesday.
Me Wednesday.
So, our theme music is Lost in the Bug Snacks by Noah Geist. Check them out on Twitter at OwlDude or making music under noahgeist.bandcamp.com. Our cover art was done by @KalalaFairArt on Twitter. Thank you very much, Agnan. We love it so much. It's good art.
I do love it.
Thank you to Matt GameCube and Noisepace.xyz for the podcast network that we all love to be a part of. And all the so many great podcasts on it. I'm going to recommend County Girls Make Do this week, because City Girls Make Do wrapped up their Sex and the City show a month or 2 ago, and now they're doing the OC and doing County Girls Make Do. I'm excited to listen to the first episode, which I haven't yet, but I'm going to. It's going to be good because it's Alex and Stephanie, and we love them. If you want to find me on Twitter, I'm at SunhatZhenya, SunhatZhenya. Oh yeah, we're also Special Grade Snacks on Twitter. I should plug that. Special grade with no vowels and snacks with an X. I already did my Twitter. You can listen to me on some other noise-based podcasts like Fear Baiting, which is currently in the middle of March Night Shyamalan. We're doing The Happening for our next episode. Great. I already watched the movie. It's a fucking time. The Wonder Years, which is an Animorphs podcast I do with my friends Blair and Seda, or Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, which is a leftism podcast for the Terminally Online.
And Fushiguro is on it.
Fushigro's on it, yeah. Special guest, Fushiguro Megami.
Yeah, he's got a lot of ideas.
He's got a lot of ideas. Making him summon Divine Dog to bark into the microphone.
Let the dog speak.
Let the dog speak. I think there's nothing. Kay, where can people find you?
My Twitter at Kay, Darlink, not Darling, with a K at the end. A K at the beginning and end, if you think about it. And then my other podcast, Song of Babies and Puppies. This show has babies and puppies as well, so it's kind of just my...
It does.
Kind of just my brand.
This episode had both Fushiguro did both baby and puppy this week.
When will he show us the baby puppy? Come on. Mr. Gege Akutami, give the people what we want.
Listen, we saw baby Itadori eating a cognac noodle in kindergarten. I need to see baby Fushiguro in kindergarten, someone doing puppy hands. I need to see it so badly. Please.
Regular people can see the Shikigami, right?
I'm not sure.
I think it's a yes. Right?
Yeah, no, they can't. Yeah. They can't, because remember in the first episode, Fushiguro was surprised that Itadori could see the divine dogs when they were eating the curse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, you can see those guys? I guess that makes sense in a place like this, which is like a place with cursed energy." He was surprised that he could see the doggies.
I thought he was surprised he could see the curses.
I'm pretty sure it was the dogs, but I'm not 100%.
It's hard
Either
to
way.
I was just wondering if he could summon some dogs in kindergarten and the other children would be like, "What is this?"
What if he what if he summoned Orochi and it was just like a garden snake when he was a baby?
Just a little snake. A very small snake.
He summons the eight-handled whatever as a toddler, and it's just like...
It's very small.
I'm just imagining a baby with 8 arms.
It's chubby.
A baby with 8 arms and a rattle in each arm.
And then he just passes out from summoning it.
Baby Fushiguro passed out in the corner of the preschool.
Damn, this baby tired.
Fushiguro fell asleep.
Okay.
And that's what we're gonna do. Let's go get some snacks.
Let's go get some snacks.